Hi, we're in our warm glass house at Newton Rig. It's Tuesday the 2nd of June. I say warm glass house, it is actually absolutely boiling hot in here. It's very humid, it's 90, so that's in the low 30s. We've just looked on the thermometer, so it's pretty warm. And these are our streptocarpus down here, and they look absolutely fantastic at the minute. See how many flowers there are on them. They look absolutely beautiful. And all our streptocarpus have been propagated here by leaf cuttings. And we'll show you some of those in a minute. And we've got our begonia rex here. And these are propagated by leaf cuttings as well. So we do a full leaf cutting with these, and we'll see some of those in a minute as well. And we've got some, here we've got our Mind Your Own Business, which has made a carpet, and we actually potted these up, and those are in individual pots, and it's creeping over the edge. Looks fantastic, it's like a cushion. Here's our mist bench. We've got an array of propagation material on here that we've done with our students. And if we look back here, these are flowering, I can't believe these. So these are some streptocarpus leaf cuttings that were taken on the 30th of January this year. And if you look at those, we've got loads of little plants in here that weren't potted up, but they're actually flowering as well, so that's amazing. These were a full leaf, and there were also leaf sections as well, so that's in 5 months. We have got in 5 months we've got our streptocarpus in flower, and these were done down at Hull Herd. Yep, see those there? And then if we look across here, we've got some begonia rex growing, and this was a full leaf, so we laid the full leaf on and slashed it, and we've got loads of little tiny plantlets in there, so those ones separated up, and those were also done at Hull Herd on the 30th of January as well, so looking absolutely amazing. Look fantastic there. And we've got some leaf petiole cuttings just starting to grow away there. And I know that some of the ones that were taken at Hull Herd, they've had great success with them, because you've all been letting me know. So that's great, brilliant. More leaf cuttings. So we're coming round on the other side of the glass house now. And when we get here, these were actually stem cuttings that were taken by our students on a Tuesday. And if we look in here, we've got Grace Watson's here, and these were taken on the 11th of the 1st, these, and this is salvia lipstick with the fantastic foliage and these lovely red flowers. Now, because we haven't got these planted out, they're actually cut back, so if we cut them back now, we could take cuttings with the material that we cut off, and we'd end up with nice stocky bushy plants that are going to flower a bit later. So I'll take one of these out of here. Let's have a look. If I can get one out. Oh goodness me, they've all grown in together. So take one of those out of there, and you can see that it's got a bit leggy, and they're actually far too close, so we would space them out. So if I was taking this now, what I would do is I would prune it right back down, and I'd come just above a pair of leaves there and take this top stem off. Same here, just above. And that, I actually think I'll cut it back further down into there. Look, yes, I know it looks a bit ruthless, this, cutting all this material off, but what we'll end up with is a nice stocky plant. And these actually either want potted on now, because you can see that the roots are coming out the bottom of the pot there, so they want potted on or planted out. And what we'll do is we'll use these outside in the garden this year. So that's it cut back, and then what we'll do, they're on the bench here, and we'll space them out so that we can fit. Look at this one here as well. I'll just do another one to show you. I'm going to be quite ruthless. Right down to the bottom there. You can see that, and there's another one desperately needing potted out, those. And we would space them out so they've got plenty of air and that they can grow as well. If they're all congested like this, they're all fighting for space and light. And also, if you've got any pests or disease, it's going to go right through them all there. Can't actually see any signs of pest or disease in here at the minute. No signs of anything. And we've got some others in here that we've done. So we've got some pelargoniums here that were taken, and this was a cutting, and this was taken on the 7th of the 1st. And that's a nice scented leaf geranium. And what that wants is just wants those leaves taken off there and just tidy that plants up. So take off any. Now we've got a little bit of white fly in there. We've got a little bit of green fly as well, I think, somewhere in there. Can't actually see, but I can see that there's little casts in the bottom here, and I can also see them flying about a little bit. So we just want to watch out for any pests and disease and treat accordingly. And we would just nip those foliage off there, tidy that up. So good hygiene, really important in your glass house. Yeah, we've got some white fly coming off there. I can see them flying about. And we tidy that up like that, and that's a really nice plant. It's either ready to go on into your garden or into a bigger pot or container for the summer, yeah? And once again, they want to be spaced out, so there's plenty of space between your plants. And just at the back here, the last ones coming into the back here. Oh, can't get them out. All growing in together. Oh, that one's actually grown into the capillary matting. So here we go, coming out there. And this is a Salvia amistad, and you can see it's flowering already. That one doesn't have a label in. Let's have a look for a label so we can see when these were done. Here we go, let's have a look. Susie Granger, be proud of yourself. These were taken on the 11th of February. So a fantastic plant there, taken on the 11th of February, Salvia amistad. And you can see here that we've got our biological control out. And this one is, just take that off there like that. So this is the card that comes, and which one is this one? This one's for the white fly. So this is for the white fly, and this is our biological control, which we've got in here. And I think it's ready for being replenished this month. It should be coming shortly. So that's to help keep down our white fly population, and it does a really good job. And now what I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to be quite ruthless.
Oh, Susie, I'll never believe this.
Sorry, Susie. There you go. But that plant there is going to grow away beautifully now. Wants to be planted out in the garden or repotted to grow on again. But we're going to get nice stocky plants, and these should have been done a few weeks ago, but obviously there's been nobody in college, so you can see that they're going to grow away there. Ready to be potted on as well. But what you can do is you can take cuttings with the material that you've cut off. Have got anything else in here that's... We've got last one what I'm going to do here. This is a geranium. This is Geranium sidoides, and these cuttings were taken on the 7th of January, and you can see that this desperately wants to get into a new pot here. You see the flower there? It's got a beautiful flower on it, a lovely, not what we would think of as a geranium if we're thinking of our bedding type of geraniums, but this is a beautiful species one. And again, we just tidy that up. We take away that dead foliage there. Remember, good hygiene in your glass house. Do that like that. And then we would repot this, because it's a bit floppy, that one. We would repot this into a bigger pot, ready to go outside for the summer. Thank you very much. I hope that gives you an insight into what's going on in our glass house at Newton Rig.